Hi, this is the help video for Access Chapter 4. This is the ProblemSolve1, which is the Creative Glass assignment. I have the instruction file on the left and the Access data file opened on the right. In this assignment, we're going to review all of the material that we learned in the chapter and create some forms and some reports. Alright, so let's go ahead. I have my file already open and enabled. So step 2 is going to have us create a split form. And if you think back to the chapter, split form begins with selecting the table or query that you want to build that split form on. And it'll show the individual record at the top and then multiple rows or multiple records at the bottom. So what we have to look at in this instruction is what table we're building this on, and then make sure we're sitting on that or have that object selected. So we're building it off of the table contact. So we're going to do create and form, and we're going to do more forms, split form. And there it is. So it builds a split form where you see the details at the top and then multiple records at the bottom. So let's review what else we need to do. In design view, so I have to switch over to design view, add a label to the top left corner of the form footer. So we're going to open up that section, that's the form footer section, and put in a label. So to do that, design and then label, and we're going to put a label right here to about 2.5, and it's going to be called Created by C. Smith, and we're good. Notice it's just got this weird table contact name. When I go to save it, it'll bring up the dialog box and let me name it. It's going to be called FRM Contact Input. Okay, just going to preview it. There's our footer, and we're good. Let's see if we needed to do anything else. Nope. All right, so we're done with step 2. And it doesn't have us close the form, so I suspect we're going to do some changes. All right, apply the organic theme to the form contact input form and all other objects in the database. So what we can do is go to the layout view, and remember, this is where we can make changes but not do anything with the data. We're going to select design, and then here's themes. So we're looking for organic theme. So we're just going to move through here and find organic. There it is. Change the form title to contact input. Notice the font's a different style because we changed the theme. I'm going to go ahead and save it. And I want to switch to form view because now I want to actually put data in, right? So I'm going to go down here to the bottom and select new. And I am going to type in Frank Gallagher 14447 West Bainbridge Drive, Cleveland, Ohio 44103, fgallagher@yahoo.com. And it doesn't have a contact type. So I still have my pencil. I'm going to tab until I no longer see the pencil, and I'm going to close the form. We're done with step number 3. Let's take a look at step 4. There may be times when you want to create a form using 2 tables. Before you can use 2 tables, you must make sure there's a one-to-many relationship. All right, so what I usually do to decide that is I come over here to Database Tools, Relationship. So what are we building this on? We're building it on table contact and table event. So let's look at this contact and event. So I think we should be able to do that. We're going to close that up. So let's go ahead and use the wizard. So create form wizard. The first table is table event. All fields. Next, contact. Oops. Next is contact. First name, eek. Okay, I'm going to take first name. I'm going to move myself down here. I must have clicked. So you want to be at the bottom when you double click on first name. You want to make sure it comes at the end. Last name, address 1, address 2, city, state, zip, email. Then we can do next. Keep all other default options. So we're just going to do next, next. The main form is going to be called FRM event, and then FRM event 10 Ds, and then finish. So here's the event, and here are all of the attendees from that event. We're going to keep this open, but we're done with step 4. So now we're going to make the changes. So if you look, I don't have the orange box, so I know I need to go either to layout or design view. I'm going to go to layout view right now. Remove the subform label. Remember, this is the label, so I click it. I'm just going to hit the delete key. It's going to remove it. Move the subform to line up with the event location label. So I'm going to make sure it's selected, and then I'm just going to drag it over. Yeah, let's size it for now. Let's do it this way because I can't see everything. Let's see. Oh, I forgot this. Auto fit all the columns. And then let's bring that back. So all I did to auto fit, guys, is I clicked in that box and then I double clicked between everything. And then I just I brought it over here and sized the box. Edit the form, so just, okay. Add a label at the top left corner of the form footer. I usually do that in design view. It's just a lot easier. I'm going to save that. I'm going to come here to form footer and then design, label, and 2.5, created by C. Smith, and save, and save, and close the form. Alrighty, we are done with step number 5. So now in step 6, we're going to move on to working with the report, right? And one of the things about reports is they're very similar in their construct to forms, although they are a little more they can be more complicated. All right, so a report can be created using one table, multiple tables, or queries. All right, a single table report is a report created from one table. Any or all of the fields can be selected. Gail would like to have a report that summarizes donations received for each of the campaign. So we're going to create a report using the wizard. So let's look at what we're going to do. Include the following fields from donation. Campaign, donation type. Okay, so we're going to click on donation. And then campaign, donation type, donation date, and donation amount. Donation. Next. Add a grouping by campaign. So we want campaign to be, so within campaign we want to see this data, and this allows us to summarize. All right, sort the record. So we're going to go next. Sort by donation date in ascending. We want to add a summary option to sum the donation amount. We want to make it stepped and portrait. Next. And then RPT donation summary preview. Cool. So we're done with 6, but I don't think we're quite done with the report. But look, we have by the campaign, we have the donations by date, what they were, the type, check, cash, credit, and the amount. Then for each campaign type, we have a sum of all of the donations. And then at the bottom, we have the grand total. So that's pretty cool. All right. Make the following changes to the donation summary report. So I'm in print preview. So I need to close and go, let's see, add a label. So we're going to pop that out, put a label, right, 2.5, created by not sure what's going on here. Had a delay there. All right. Change the report title to donation summary details. Delete the summary for campaign text box. So this box right here, we're going to delete that label. Okay. Delete the summary for campaign text box control. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Adjust the width of the donation type text box to the right to create space from the donation date. Adjust the width of the donation type text box control to be the, oh, okay, so be the same width as the label at the top, right? So we just want to bring that over, and then we're going to take both of these. So I hold my shift key to get both of them, and then I'm just going to use my right arrow to move it to the right a little bit, just so it creates a little bit of space. Alrighty, so let's see, move the donation. Okay, I did that one. Apply the bold style to the grand total text box. So we're going to go format, bold, apply conditional formatting to the donation amount field. You know what, let's go over to, this might help you, let's go over to layout view, right? So look, made that bold. I'm going to click here on the donation type or donation amount. If I go back to format, there's conditional formatting. Let's see. So that donations more than 150. So let's put that in first. So we're going to put a new rule where the value is greater than 150. So that's the rule. What do we want to do? We want to make it bold, and then we want to make it green. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at it. So I'm going to go home. Yep. So there's green, green, green. Looks good. Let's save it and close it. So we're done with step 7. All right, step 8 and 9 are another new report. Use the report wizard to create a report that summarizes each event. Include all the fields from table event, and then these from table contact. All right, so let's start with that. Create report wizard. The first is table event, and it's all fields. Then we're going to switch to table contact, and we're going to put contact ID, first name, last name. So I've got everything from event and then the 3 from contact. Cool. All right, we're going to view the data by table event, which is good. Next, we're going to add a grouping level by event date and change the interval. Remember, when we do that, we're going to change that to day. So we're going to get a group by each day. Next, sort in ascending by last name and then first name. We're going to organize it stepped and landscape. Next, and we're going to name it RPT event summary. Okay. It's going to take us to print preview. Looks like we've got some work to do here. I'm going to close out a print preview. We're done with step 8, and we're going to move on to step 9. Make the following changes. So I want to go into layout so I know how big to make these. Increase the size of event date so that all the data is visible. Increase the size of event date by day, by day label. Event day, event date text box. So I still can't see. There we go. And event ID, we're going to make that bigger, and we're going to make that bigger. So this is not good. We have to fix this. Hold on one sec. Okay, so this is what we want to end up with. We want to make this so we can see event date by day. All of these need to be visible. Then you need to size both the text field for event ID and event date so that it's visible. Then we're going to align the event date label and the event date text box to do align left. And remember, we did that over here in format, align left, and we're going to edit the report to say event summary detail. And then the last thing was to put that footer back in. I'm not going to go through that. We've done that we've done that several times. So this is how the report's going to look at the end. All right, so let's go look at report view. All right. All right, and that's the end of 9. So go ahead and save this and submit it. All right, thank you.